So when the camera turns on, you're not like, and then you realize you don't have anything to say.
It's time to exhale and be motivated. Annie's Blue Couch. Yeah.
Hello, everyone, to all of you, Annie's crew. Welcome back to the Annie's Blue Couch. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me today. Now, before we get into today's conversation, I want to remind you to please like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and as always, please do me a huge favor and share this video with at least 2 of your friends. For today's conversation, I wanted to give a few steps to those of you looking to start a YouTube channel. So many people have been asking for this, and based on the amount of videos already out there on this topic, it's safe to say that there are many more than the ones brave enough to ask. I'm going to give 10 steps to take to start a YouTube channel. Now, let me just say, I am going to make some assumptions going into this, and therefore I won't go into much detail for certain aspects of the process. But that doesn't mean you should feel bad if you don't know something I may be assuming that you do. So leave me any questions about any steps you need help with down below in the comment section. And of course, feel free to DM me on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll answer any specific questions you may have that I don't go into too much depth here. So let's jump right in. Step number 1. Figure out your why. Ask yourself this question. Why do I want to start a YouTube channel? I'm choosing to give this step first because it's going to be critical to you not quitting when your subscriber count isn't what you want, or when your views are low, or when any of your expectations are not met. If you want to start a YouTube channel to make money, listen, don't even bother. You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to even be considered for monetization. And when you reach that goal, you're talking fractions on the penny for each view. Your why cannot be money. Your why cannot be fame either. The chances of going viral may be a little higher than winning the lotto. I don't know what the stats are. It's absolutely possible, of course, and I'm believing with you that if you start your YouTube channel, you will have a viral video, several viral videos. So let's keep the positivity in the atmosphere. I'm not saying you can't believe in yourself. You have to actually to do YouTube. But the why can't be fame. You have to think of a question that you have the answer to, or a problem in the world that you have a solution for. That's your why. That's why you want to make videos. That's why you want to share the videos you make. That's why when only 5 people view it, you'll keep making more videos. And that's what will help you not quit. I want to inspire and motivate people to be their best selves. And if only one person says, "Thanks so much for sharing this," I feel like I've accomplished my goal. Now, do I want 10 million people to say that? Of course. That's why I asked you in the beginning to share it with at least 2 of your friends. But I will keep making videos for the 1 until the 10 million come on board. So step number 1, figure out your why. Now, step number 2, create the channel. As long as you have a Google account, you can start a YouTube page. It's free. There's no red tape to go through. There's no special application you have to fill out. Just activate YouTube and start. Now, step number 3, decide what you want your channel to be about. You can have a few ideas here, and honestly, you can try them all. A lot of YouTubers out there say, figure out one thing you do well and just stick to it, but you may do a few things well, and you don't know what will resonate most with your audience until you actually do it. So don't limit yourself and try it all, but think it through. Ask yourself, can I sustain this idea? Now, before I started this channel, I thought about doing a channel on here because I thought, those channels were doing really good. And I'm like, if I do a hair channel, I'm going to just blow up. I'm going to be like an instant superstar if I talk about my natural hair. But then I was like, well, what are you going to tell the people, Anisa? So I was like, well, we could talk about Cantu. That's a natural hair product brand for those of you that don't know what Cantu is. And I'm like, I think that's all I have about that. So I abandoned the whole hair channel idea. So think it through. And it's totally fine if you have a few options. I guess if I really thought about it, I could find a few things to say about hair, but I realized I'm just not passionate about hair. And I just couldn't sustain that topic. So spend some time thinking about and deciding what you want your channel to be about. Now, step number 4, decide who you want your audience to be. If you want to do a channel for children, your approach has to be different than if you were doing a channel for adults. If your channel is for men or for women or for teens, whatever you choose, it will dictate the approach, the content, the styling, and give you reasonable expectation as to how your channel can potentially grow. You can get as specific as you want, but just remember that the more specific you are, the smaller your potential audience will be. But don't even let that deter you from doing what you want to do. If you want to talk to teen moms only, then do that. If you want to talk to car lovers, then do that. When I started, I wanted to talk to everyone, but I had to be honest with myself and say, okay, it seems like I'm catering more to women, and that's fine. It doesn't mean men can't watch. I know several of my subscribers are men, and I try to not exclude them, even if it's like simply putting in a photo of a male in one of my inserts or something like that. The point is, you have to understand who you want your audience to be, and what you choose to talk about in step 3 will ultimately dictate this audience you need to choose for step number 4. Now, step number 5, plan what you're going to talk about. Think of yourself as a teacher and think of your audience as your students. Most, if not all of us, have been through some kind of school, so you can probably think of an example of a great teacher, or maybe you had a favorite teacher growing up, and you probably can recall an experience with a really horrible teacher as well. Great teachers have lesson plans. They know where they have to start. They know where they want the students to be by a certain point in the school year, and they understand that their classroom is full of all different types of learners. So they incorporate different teaching styles to accommodate their entire class. If you plan what you're going to talk about, you can be intentional about how you release the information. Now, you don't have to be perfect. You're not going to be perfect. And you honestly don't have to cater to every single type of person out there. But you do want to have a plan about what you're going to say, specific to who you want to talk to. So when the camera turns on, you're not like, and then you realize you don't have anything to say. Think it through. Make bullet points or write yourself a script, whatever works best for you. But just have a plan before you sit down to record your video. Now, step number 6, manage your time. This is huge. If you don't have a grip on time management when you start your YouTube channel is going to force you to get a grip on it. There's a couple of things you have to set aside time for. Time to create, time to record, and time to edit. And listen, don't underestimate that editing portion. I found that for every minute or 2 of content, I need about an hour of editing time. And that can vary from video to video depending on how much additional things I add. But on average, a video that's maybe 10 minutes can easily be 4 or 5 hours in editing. So manage your time. If you don't set times, your YouTube channel is going to take over your life. And you'll neglect other important things. You can't spend hours and hours on this, especially if you have a day job and a family. Do not let YouTube take over your life. Set reasonable time frames to do each thing, and when the time is exhausted, move on to the other aspects of your life. Now, you may have a time where you get into a creative flow. That happens for me from time to time. When you get into the flow, stick with it. Go with the flow. But in general, time management is key to a successful channel. I did a video on time management last week. The link is right here, and I'll put it in the description box below as well. So you can check that out when you're done here. So step number 6, manage your time. Now, step number 7. Upload your videos. Listen, you do not have to spend an excessive amount of money on equipment like cameras and lighting or whatever you think you may need. You'd be surprised how many people have YouTube channels where they only use their cell phone. Do not put pressure on yourself to release some video that CNN is going to use and pick it up for their nightly news update. Use what you have and release as is. If you spend all your time making it perfect, guess what? You'll never put a video out there because it'll never be perfect. Even the most polished channels right now have mistakes on their released videos. None of us are perfect. And if everything is not perfect, it only proves you're a real human being. I'm not saying release crap now, but just release your video in the best state you can release it, not comparing yourself to anyone else but you. And the next video you release, fix something that wasn't as good as you'd like. And you'll naturally, organically, authentically get better with each release. During my Purpose series, I mentioned something that I think is important to say right here again. Do not compare yourself to others. The only person you need to compare yourself to today is to yourself yesterday. So the only comparison you're doing is to your last video. Now, there are amazing channels out there, and some of them may be even covering the same content as you, and you can certainly set goals to mirror their level of excellence for your channel. But you cannot compare yourself to them to the point that you abandon your plight because you aren't as polished as they are. Maybe that channel has been going on for 15 years. They've learned a lot along the way and probably even removed their first few videos at this point. So just use it to set goals, not to put unnecessary pressure on yourself. This video that you're watching right now was shot with a DSLR camera. There are several notable companies that make these, Nikon, Sony. This was shot with a Canon EOS R. I'll leave an affiliate link in the description box below if you want to check it out for yourself. Using the link does support the channel, but it won't cost you anything extra if you use that link to purchase your own Canon. But for my Funny Fridays, I use my cell phone. I have a Samsung Galaxy S20. I mean, there are some quality differences, but nothing to really lose my mind over. As a matter of fact, my Funny Friday videos generate a lot of positive feedback, and no one has ever said, "Why is the quality any less on your Funny Friday videos than your Sunday at 3 videos?" The point is, upload your videos. You're not going to be perfect. Nobody is perfect. Just let it be. Release the video. Don't kill yourself to be anything extra. Just be better than your last video. So step number 7, upload your videos. Now, step number 8, do not overwhelm yourself watching everybody else's video. There's a lot of videos out there to help, but sometimes too much isn't helpful at all. Maybe you need a little help on how to create an intro or how to make a thumbnail, how to do an end screen. Don't spend 3 days watching videos on that. Manage your time and maybe just watch 2 or 3 videos. The more time you spend on other people's channel, the less time you have to create for your own. So stop watching everybody else's videos and get going on your ideas. So step number 8, Do not overwhelm yourself watching everybody else's videos. Now, step number 9, don't be shy and advertise. Oh, that was a little rap. Don't be shy and advertise. Look, don't be shy. But seriously, don't be shy and advertise. Listen, if you aren't excited about your content, why do you think other people will be? Share it. Share it to your social media platforms. Send out mass texts and emails to everyone in your contacts. Use your stories on Instagram and Facebook. Go live on your pages and tell people what you're doing. Post, post, post. Listen, if Trump can tweet, you can tweet. Don't think you're being annoying. You can never share enough. You can never post enough. Let me tell you, the other day, a friend of mine called me, just to check in, see how I'm doing, say hi. And I was like, I'm doing good. Do you know I started a YouTube channel? And she was like, really? And I'm thinking to myself, you don't know I started a YouTube channel? Because I post like every single day. But the reality is, so many people are posting things every single day that it's easy for someone to miss your post. That's why you can't be shy or afraid to be annoying or whatever negative thing you put in your mind as a reason to not share your content daily and even multiple times a day. Share, share, share. And don't be shy about asking others to share as well. Now, step number 10. This is the final step. Have fun. You can't do this if you're not enjoying it. You have to genuinely enjoy your channel and enjoy the process. Have fun researching, have fun creating, and have fun laughing at yourself when you do something absolutely crazy. Enjoy the journey and just have fun. So let's recap my 10 steps to starting a YouTube channel. Step number 1, figure out your why. Step number 2, create the channel. Step number 3, decide what you want your channel to be about. Step number 4, decide who you want your audience to be. Step number 5, plan what you're going to talk about. Step number 6, manage your time. Step number 7, upload your videos. Step number 8, do not overwhelm yourself watching everybody else's videos. Step number 9, don't be shy and advertise. And step number 10, have fun. Listen, YouTube isn't an easy task. And it can be discouraging when you put so much time in a video and only like 4 people watch it. But your why from step 1 will keep you going. Don't be discouraged if things aren't going the way you thought they would. Just keep uploading, keep learning. Don't take negative comments and thumbs down as insults. Speaking of which, if you haven't already, now would be a wonderful time to click the thumbs up button for me. Use all of the feedback to grow your channel. And remember, have fun. So go ahead, start that channel. And make sure if you are starting your channel after watching this video to come back and leave me a comment of your channel name so I can stop by and check it out. Happy YouTubing. Until next time, remember, you are special, you are beautiful, your smile is amazing, and don't let anyone or anything ever make you feel less than who and what God has designed you to be. Annie's crew, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Bye for now.
Annie's Blue Couch.